Most people overpay for products like this. Here's why this one is different. If you're setting up a serious home lab, small office network, or even a light commercial setup, a Layer 3 switch isn't just nice to have, it's the backbone of a smart, scalable network. And the UBIQUITI UNIFI USW-PRO-48-POE. It's the kind of switch that quietly earns its keep without screaming "look at me." Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Layer 3. Isn't that overkill for a home setup? Not necessarily. Think of it like this: if you're running multiple VLANs, want to segment your IoT devices from your workstations, or need to route traffic between different subnets without bogging down a router, a Layer 3 switch like this one handles it all locally. No extra hops, no extra latency. It's like giving your network its own internal GPS, instead of relying on a single point to direct every packet. And let's talk about the PoE part, Power over Ethernet. This switch doesn't just pass data, it powers your devices too. Cameras, access points, VoIP phones, even some smart lighting. If it runs on PoE, you plug it in, and it just works. No extra power bricks, no messy cables. I've got 4 UniFi cameras and an access point running off this switch right now, and the whole setup is cleaner than it's ever been. The build quality is solid too. This isn't some flimsy consumer-grade switch that feels like it'll snap if you look at it wrong. It's got a metal chassis, proper heat sinks, and fans that actually ramp up when needed, not the constant jet engine noise you get from cheaper models. I've had mine in a closet for over a year now, and it's still running cool and quiet. Now, one thing I really appreciate is the UniFi ecosystem. If you're already using UniFi access points or cameras, this switch integrates seamlessly. You manage everything from the same UniFi controller dashboard, no jumping between apps, no confusing interfaces. Want to prioritize bandwidth for video calls? Easy. Want to block a device from accessing the network? Done. It's all right there, and once you set it up, you barely have to touch it again. And let's not forget the scalability. This switch has 48 gigabit PoE ports, plus 2 10G SFP plus uplink ports. That means you can connect a ton of devices at full speed, and if you ever need to expand, those 10G ports let you link to another switch or a server without bottlenecking your network. It's the kind of future-proofing that saves you from having to replace gear every couple of years. I've also been impressed by how quiet it stays under load. I've run speed tests, transferred large files, and even had all my cameras streaming at once. This thing doesn't sound like a vacuum cleaner. The fans ramp up when needed, but it's never intrusive, even in a small office or home lab. Now, I do have to mention a couple of things that might not be for everyone. First, the learning curve. If you're new to networking, setting up VLANs and routing on a Layer 3 switch can feel a bit overwhelming at first. It's not plug and play like a consumer router. You'll need to spend some time in the UniFi controller learning the ropes. But honestly, once you get past the initial setup, it becomes second nature. Second, this switch is on the heavier side, about 12 pounds. If you're planning to mount it in a tight space or need to move it around often, that's something to consider. But for a permanent setup, the weight just adds to that solid, reliable feel. So, who's this switch for? If you're building a network that needs to grow, handle multiple VLANs, power devices over Ethernet, and stay manageable without constant tinkering, this is a fantastic choice. It's not the cheapest option out there, but it's far from the most expensive either, and you're getting enterprise-grade performance without the enterprise-grade price tag. If you're on the fence, I'd say give it a shot. The UniFi ecosystem is one of the most user-friendly ways to step into advanced networking without losing your mind. And if you want to see the specs or grab one for yourself, the link is below. Thanks for watching, and here's to a network that just works.